So hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Adding Scenery here at Jubilee Road, or as it's going to be known as from now on, as Simple Scenics. So what are we going to be doing in today's video? I'm sure you can all guess because of what the camera is pointing at. It is this wall here. Now you've probably seen this in the background for quite some time just looking unfinished. Now this is what the wall used to look like, and to me that is just very flat and very plain, isn't it? And I thought, nah, I don't really like that, I can do better. So cut pieces of wood. Here, as you can see, there is another one to go there which I'll be putting back in place. This will give this wall much more depth than it originally had. There's still enough gap between the track and the wall for the loco to pass. I've already checked that, and I've already checked the American locomotives due to their bigger size, and there is no issue there. It'll give the wall, as I said, much more depth and more 3D effect. So what are we going to need for today's Adding Scenery video? And this is all the equipment we're going to need today to do this job. Not very much, is it? So obviously we need some glue. I've gone for the rocket stuff, really good, and I've always liked it. It's quick setting, which is also handy. Bought that from MIB Models very recently. Obviously we need the wall. Now this is the one I'm going to be using today. I bought this off eBay quite a while ago. It's quite thick card wall, and it has a 3D effect. If you can hear that, it's not flat, and it really is a nice looking pattern on this wall. It's stone, by the way. So here's the original. I thought I'd show you, and you can see the difference, can't you? This wall is quite flat. There's no, as you can see, it's just card, printed card. I used to use this an awful lot, and I still got it on the layout in places, but I think this one will look far better than this one once in place. I think you'll agree there. We will need possibly some scissors to cut these into the right sizes. Whether I'll do the cutting on camera, I don't know, because you all know how to cut. Well, I should hope you do. Final thing is Metcalf paving slabs. Why am I going to need paving slabs to build a wall? You'll find out coming up. They are going to come in very handy indeed. So let's go up to the area and start applying all this stuff onto that wall to make it look better. The first thing then I need to do to get this wall started is to put the piece of wood that runs along in front of this wall. As you saw at the beginning, you could see the one piece, but the other piece was taken off. So here it is. The reason why I took this off after fitting it is to get, this was used as a template for the wall strips, so I could get the measurements correct. I could have taken well, and done it, measured it properly with a ruler and that kind of stuff. Reason why I didn't, me and measuring never go very well. If I can just get that in there. Never seem to end well, and I always do it wrong. Now you might have noticed there's a piece of wall here missing, and the top of the sort of the cathedral is missing. This is so I don't damage it when I am putting this back in. It's always good to, if you have loose pieces of scenery or something you think you might break while doing scenery somewhere else, it's advised to just take it off, because you don't want to be snapping it. See, I just knocked that wall there slightly, so if it was an expensive piece it wouldn't have gone so well. So that's that one. I've got another screw in down there and down the end, and one this way. I'm not going to show you that on camera because it's a bit boring just watching someone putting some screws in a wall. So I'll come back when that little job is done. Well, that little job is done. That piece of wood is now in place to create the more 3D effect here on the wall. So the next job then is to go and get the glue and the strips of the card walling to glue on the front of that wood to begin the more scenic part of this video. Right, here we go then. Got our glue on hand, and here is the strips. I've cut them all. Yes, not all of them are absolutely perfect because I was using a pretty knackered scissors, but does that matter? No, because we will be putting some sort of greenery as well on the wall at some point. So I got plenty there to get on with that. So I can see the wall starts just here where this building is. Now I got to remove a couple of pieces just here that have been there, and I believe this comes off. It does, yeah, I left that on purpose. And it's just this. If you just remove that and remove that for now. So we got a nice working area. Right, so it's also a good idea if you are doing this, make sure your track power is turned off. It's the last thing you want to be doing is any scenery work like this with the track power still on. Just cut the video there. I found a piece of spare sort of wood lying around, you can just see here, just to protect the track while I'm applying the glue onto these strips. Because you don't want glue on your track, because that will definitely affect, well, what's going on. So then, here we go. Let's just get, I'm not going to show you every single one putting the glue on, because again, that's just not going to be very exciting for you, is it? You don't need a huge amount, because these are not structural or anything like that. That should do the job. Now, possibly I should have put the glue on the wood first, because I know exactly what's going to happen. As always, as modelers, the glue gets on everything, as you know, including your hands. Which is quite normal, that, isn't it? Right, just see if I can get that to attach on there. As you can hear, it's got a bit on my finger, but that's to be expected. As I said, we wouldn't be modelers if we didn't get glue all over our hands and fingers, would it? Oh, this piece doesn't seem to want to fit, but we'll get it on this. Right, just move it right to the end, and then just hold it in place slightly, and hopefully the glue will take. And as you can see, that's what's happened. Yeah, that's looking. So, as you can see, the first piece of walling is on there. So, let's get the next piece here. Always seem to manage to lose the glue when I put it down. I don't know what's up with that. But as I can see, I'm going to do this next piece, and then we're going to carry on with the wall off camera. Just a minute there, that's probably too much, but it doesn't matter, does it? Right, let's get that piece. Let me turn that around slightly, lift it up. And now, oh, it's a bit of stuff just for there. Can't actually see this next bit, can you? Because there's a tree in the way. But we're going to put this piece just there. Like that. Sorry it's a bit bumpy there, guys, but I just realised that tree's in the way, so try and get the no gaps, obviously. Just hold that in place for a bit so I can get that all done nicely. Yeah, that's taken there. We go down to this end of the wall. Yeah, seems to glued rather well. So as you can see then, there is the first bit of the wall. Yes, there's a bit of mess here, but I will clean that up towards the end of the video. So what I'm going to do now is go all the way down this wall doing that. Now I'm not going to do that off camera because it's exactly the same as these two bits over and over again, and I don't want the video to be too long and too boring for you, so I'll get on with that and I'll come back once that part of this work is done. Right then, the paving slabs. So we got our trusty old super glue again, and we have these. Now these are all individual slabs here. We got a couple of different sizes, but I want to use the larger ones on this. You just basically peel them off. I'll just quickly show you, and they come off like that. Now yes, as you can see, they're self-adhesive, but I wouldn't trust that. I would still put a little bit of this on each one to well, make sure it's securely in place. But what am I doing with them? Now this might be slightly odd, or there's better ways of doing that, I know, but I got loads of these lying around. I'm going to use these as coping stones to go on top of the wall just here to make it more decorative. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to run some glue across the top of this piece of wood, or wall that is. There we go. And all I'm going to do is place these, a little fiddly, I know, I'm probably doing it the most fiddly way possible, but I don't mind. I think it'll give a nice effect across the wall. Press it in place. Quite time consuming, but I think it'll have a nice effect. You can buy 3D printed and other versions that will do the job a lot quicker. I think I got glue on myself again. That always seems to happen, doesn't it, guys? Right, there we go. We get another piece on here. Come on, these really don't want to come off this piece today, do they? Ah, there we go. Right, slide that on into there as well. I might weather these once they're in place at a later date. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. There'll be definitely some greenery work going on this wall to cover some of the imperfections, which there are some. As I said, this is simple scenics, guys. Anyone can do this. I'm not here to tell you this is how to do scenery. There's loads of people out there who are much better than me at scenery. But I've always said here at Jubilee Road, I'm just here to have fun with trains. All I want is a nice looking layout to run trains on. You know, I'm not sort of the best at high detail or put in hours and hours into modelling. I'm not like that. Few reasons for that, you know, I'm just far too busy and I'm not got amazing skill, by the way. You might think I do, but when it comes to the really fine detailed pieces, I get just rather frustrated with it and can't be bothered. So that little piece there is done. So I'm going to show you close up of what that looks like. And there we go, you can see what that looks like. Now, I rather like that because it's a slightly, well, it is definitely a different colour to the stonework on the wall itself. I think that rather looks nice. But now you can see, yeah, I got to do it all the way across there. That's going to take possibly maybe half an hour to put all those individuals on. Definitely make it harder for myself, but I think it'll have a really nice effect. So again, off camera, I'm going to complete that job and come back once it's done. And there we go. I have now completed the coping stones across the top of the wall. If we go a little bit closer for you, you can see how they look, and I have gone all the way down to the end. It did take around about half an hour. I did break for lunch, but came back up, so around about half hour. Now these ones over in this corner were really awkward due to the Clifton Valley Railway taking up quite a bit of space just below the camera, so I had to stretch right over there. I put a piece of that, the sloping wall back in. We'll do a bit more with that, and I have shortened the castle wall there down by 1, so we just need to paint or detail the end of that. So there we go, guys, that is the end of today's Simple Scenics episode here at Jubilee Road. In the next episode, I will be putting the greenery and sort of start detailing this wall. As you can see, we got a little bit of messy ground just there to do. Bit of paintwork, so that's what I'll be doing in the next episode of Simple Scenics. Please let me know your thoughts on the transformation of this wall. I really do believe it's way better, as you can see there, than it was before. Obviously, it'd be always good to hear from you and your thoughts. Yes, there are gaps here and there, but that's what the greenery is for, to sort all that out. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching Simple Scenics with me, Matt Slade, here at Jubilee Road. I'll be back here at the layout or on location very soon. Bye everyone.